Today we're going to get out of the city and meet a new character who's out in the country. His name's Sawyer. Kim Turner brings us Sawyer's Rose. Okay, Sawyer's Rose. So I'm going to tell you what I know about Sawyer's Rose thus far, other than the fact that we might know that guy. Turner takes us back to the days of the cowboy, and it's a trip you won't want to miss. All right, I'm going to pick page 37. I'm a lawman, remember? And I read people very well. I know when I'm only hearing part of the story. Her blue eyes narrowed, and that too enticing flush lit her cheeks to a pink bright. She darted past him to look out across the ranch and then spoke. I came here looking for a new life. Accepting a husband is a means to survival for any woman in the West. But getting here and finding out you didn't send for me, she swung around. Well, that's certainly a relief. That's certainly a relief. I thought I was going to step off the train in Cheyenne, be whisked to the judge, and right into your bed. Frankly, that idea was rather frightening. Well, how about that, Mr. Lawman? So I read people very well. And she's like, yeah, about that. I wasn't real excited to come here anyway. So I guess do we have a method? As if he doesn't have enough to, wait, do we have ourselves a, okay, remember, this is a true reaction here. So now I have to know. As if he doesn't have enough to handle between running outlaws out of Cheyenne, keeping his brothers out of trouble, and avenging his father's death. Sheriff Sawyer McCade, his meddling mother, just dumped a mysterious mail-order bride on his doorstep. Oh man, okay. Well, that's what's going on here. She's the mail-order bride. That's why she's not happy to be there. Because I'm thinking, like, I mean, from what I can see, I'm biased, but Sawyer seems like a pretty good dude. And for him to come out of here and be like, hey, I'm a lawman. So first thing I'm noticing here is he's setting the tone that he's the man. And she's like, oh yeah, well, by the way, was she trying to be funny? But it wasn't that the thought hadn't crossed his mind. Betting her would be more than interesting. But he didn't need a wife. Not right now. Then why are you here? I wanted to see the West and find adventure, like I told you. So why not start here? Did you read the papers I sent? She shook her head, realizing he hadn't. I suppose your mother got those? He supposed so too. I filled in my application. She took a deep breath, and I realized I had led an incredibly normal life. An only child raised by my father, schooled in the proper etiquette, sent to university, and spoiled to the point I hadn't lived for myself. I am here to create a new life, my life. If you do not wish to marry, I will find my own way, which is probably best anyway. I like her. She started out across the horizon, blinking back tears. That's okay, girl. She's got this. I mean, she just basically checked old lawman Sawyer over there, put him in place. You can't stay here alone, not in Cheyenne. I'll get your fare paid and send you home. All right, it's a class act. Basic. I think what he just said is like, hey, don't worry about it. I'll get you an Uber. I'm being so LA. She snapped around and glared at him. I will not be returning home, regardless of marriage. You have no idea what I'm capable of, and I think that makes me somewhat of a thorn in your side. Yeah. Okay. She doesn't really have a name as of yet that I'm aware of, other than the mail order bride that's that's giving Sawyer an earful here. That's one for the ladies right there. All right. Yeah, that's right. That right there is definitely worth the hair coming down because she's letting this dude know that she means business, and I dig that. Sawyer wasn't sure which was more annoying, her presence and will to stay, or the thought she made him think. Ooh, saucy. She wasn't a thorn, but damned if he'd be able to sleep with her in the same house for any length of time. Oh, nice. Yep, that's truth be told there. Sawyer's got himself a crush. When he only nodded, a knowing smile spread across her face. Good. As furious as he was, he couldn't take his eyes off the sway of her hips as she spun around and went inside. Dude, Sawyer, I feel you, man. When that happens, the sway of the hips, she couldn't possibly think that she would be staying in Cheyenne as an unescorted woman. Well, he had no intention of marrying her either. And one way or the other, he'd see her on a train back to New York if it was the last thing he did. You stubborn idiot, Sawyer. You don't, I mean, I'm assuming that she's an attractive woman. I can only go based on the book cover here. That's what I know right there. And that's an attractive woman. It's a remotely handsome man. Okay, just wanted to make sure that he wasn't totally swinging out of his league here. But yeah, I can see that happening. All right, that being said, yeah, I'm going to go on a limb and say this right here. Absolutely. I think that Sawyer is being an idiot right now. And I really hope he gets his shite together. Because right now, she seems like she's a strong woman. That would definitely be something that I know I would be attracted to. She seems like, though, that even though that she is an unescorted woman out there, it seems like we have no idea what she's capable of, because that's what she tells us. And she's obviously not accepting any money or anything from him. So, yeah. All right. I like her. I like that character. I like a strong female character. I just like strong characters. And right now it looks like old Sheriff Sawyer here is a buffoon and sort of has his head in his ass based upon what I've seen so far. To me, it felt like what was happening right there could be on Jerry Springer. Oh yeah, it could. The mail order bride shows up. They meet for the first time. They're staying Sawyer waiting there. It's like Sawyer, Sheriff, Cheyenne. And then the mail order bride, which we never got a name, comes walking out. I can't cheat either. Comes walking out there. No, that will not happen. Yes, I would watch part 2. I don't know what happened before that. I have no idea. I just read, like I said, I try to grab like a good page and a half, and get the vibe of what's going on. So that's just a quick reaction to a small section of Sawyer's Rose. Thanks for watching. This is, again, Kim Turner's Sawyer's Rose. You can pick that up in the links below. Stay tuned for more of your favorite authors, more of your favorite books, and all I know is I'm having a lot of fun, so if you'd like to join in, leave a message, start a conversation, that's cool. I think I'm going to keep doing this right up until the RT convention, which is in Reno this year, so that should be fun. Go there, and maybe what we can do is go live and review a page there with a famous author. Wouldn't that be cool? If that sounds like a good idea, let me know.